Welcome to the program. I'm Tracy Bowden. The death of 3 bank workers during violent protests in Athens overnight has spooked global markets and governments across Europe as fears grow the dire financial state of Greece may be the beginning of the end of the European Union. Thousands of protesters swarmed the city centre, furious over the austerity measures imposed on Greece in return for a $160 billion bailout from the European Union and the IMF. Already there are deep fears the rescue package is doomed to fail, as Europe bears the brunt of what some observers believe is now the second wave of the global financial crisis. Deborah Cornwall reports.
We're all in a state of shock. People are getting fed up in Greece. The political system is corrupt to the bone.
The problem for Europe is that this is just the beginning of a long, painful process of disintegration.
After months of growing protest over slash-and-burn austerity measures, Greece finally erupted into a deadly fury yesterday. Protesters smashed shops and hurled petrol bombs, one of which killed 3 bank staff after they were trapped in a burning building. Prime Minister George Papandreou was so shocked by the deaths, he accused the protesters of murder.
We are all deeply shocked by the unjust death of 3 of our citizens that were victims of a raw, murderous act. That is what uncontrolled violence leads to. That is what political irresponsibility leads to.
But European observers say there's something especially surreal about the national rage unleashed in the lethal protest. Tens of thousands of Greeks venting their anger over a rescue package aimed at saving their country from total collapse.
It is a frightening situation the Europeans are watching. They had just agreed to provide tens of billions of euros to Greece over the next 3 years, and they find now that the Greeks are resenting the package that was presenting to them.
Economist Oliver Hartwich says Germany has been reluctantly dragged in to bankroll the lion's share of the Joint International Monetary Fund and the European Union bailout for Greece.
In Europe, it's now every nation for itself. They are all struggling basically with the same problems, with the same issues, and they all find their own public finances overstretched anyway.
In the end, it was the German Chancellor Angela Merkel who forced the decision.
This is about nothing less than the future of Europe, and with that, the future of Germany in Europe.
Angela Merkel, as German Chancellor, realises that subsidies paid towards Greece are hugely unpopular. She will face a voter backlash in crucial state elections held this Sunday. So basically that's the end of the story. Other nations facing these prospects should not bother going to Berlin. They wouldn't get any money.
After years of paying for the mistakes of other EU countries, Germany in particular has insisted Greece feel the pain, imposing a series of quite draconian measures, including 4-year wage freezes, cuts of up to 30% for public sector jobs, and pensions frozen or cut altogether.
The Greeks were collectively living beyond their means, and it was definitely the fault of Greece's political leaders. Well, you can understand why the Greeks are so furious, because a lot of them are actually not on particularly high wages. They can now look forward to the prospect of living years, if not maybe decades, in austerity.
The political leadership for too long have failed to introduce changes that will make the Greek economy competitive.
Kostas Nikopoulos is deputy editor of Australia's largest Greek newspaper, Neos Cosmos. For years, he says, successive Greek governments have squandered every opportunity, fiddling statistics to hide growing debts and turning a blind eye to such wide-scale tax fraud, especially among the rich. It's become a national sport.
If the message from the political leadership to the populace is that, look, yes, You've got every right. You can call us cheats, you can call us thieves, you can call us whatever you may want to call us. But we've reached the stage now that we cannot waste time apportioning blame. We've reached the stage now that we can either accept and implement those measures or go down the gurgler.
In Brussels, the European Commission has attempted to quarantine the problems in Greece, adamant there was no danger of the debt crisis spreading to any other European countries.
Greece is the only member state that has cheated with its statistics for years and years. These are now being corrected, and the programme of last weekend is a turning point in this regard, and I fully support the efforts of the Greek government.
Such assurances may not be enough for the financial market, already spooked by the Greek crisis. There are fears it may mark the beginning of a second wave of global financial collapse.
Greece may just turn out to be the first domino to fall. And there could be others. There could be Portugal, there could be Spain, Italy, Belgium. Other countries should watch closely what's happening in Europe, because Europe is not unique.